We're super excited to have Lucas from Visit Boise with us here today. As I mentioned, most of the content that we've shown today has been around Visit Boise and the Big Sky Conference basketball championships that have just ended. So first off, Lucas, congratulations on being done with the tournament, and it sounds like it was a huge success.
Yeah, we wrapped it up last night. We had a 9:30 local tip-off time because it's on ESPN too. So I got home at about 1 o'clock last night. So, but happy to be here today. So
Love it. Love it. This is March, right?
that's right. Sleep in April.
Yeah. So Lucas, could you tell us a little bit about how you utilized this hotel functionality and your local promotions for the Big Sky tournament and for the upcoming gymnastics event you'll be hosting?
Yeah, sure. I'll start with the we can start with the Big Sky one since we were just talking about that one. So what we did with the Big Sky was a couple different things. The first one on the hotel side of it was each team has a team hotel where their actual team is staying. And the conference promotes that on their end. And the idea is if you're a diehard fan of Eastern Washington or Montana, whatever, you can stay in the same hotel as the team. So we basically created live rates for each of those team hotels. And then in the little description down low, we put, this is the official team hotel of University of Montana, Weber State University. And when we were kind of got our hands on it, it was about a week or so before the tournament. So that was kind of how we did it on the hotel side of it. Just kind of another way to promote the hotels, and our entire tournament takes place in downtown Boise. So the arena is downtown. All of the hotels that the teams are staying at are all downtown. So it really creates a cool fan experience that everything is right downtown for them. And then if you're, like I said, a diehard of any of these schools, you can see where that team's staying, and then you can book your room at the hotel that the team is staying at. So that was how we approached the hotel side of it for the Big Sky. The gymnastics event, we did that one a little differently. We had courtesy blocks set up for that particular event organizer that all expire within the next 10 days to 2 weeks or so. I think they all expire in about a week and a half. But once those cutoff dates hit, we're going to switch it over to the live rates. And so moving forward, what we're going to do when we set up our blocks with our hotels is we're going to put in our RFP that we're going to have, like, let me know what you want your cutoff date to be, whether it's 2 weeks, a month, whatever they're comfortable with. And then we'll promote this courtesy block up until your cutoff date. And then after the cutoff date, we will switch it over to the live rates, and you guys can continue to get pickup and continue to be promoted through this event. So we've seen a lot of success in the early stages that we've been doing that. That's been going really well. The hotels love it because they can continue to be promoted and get pickup through these events without having to hold rooms after the cutoff date. So we've gotten really good feedback from some of our hotels for that. It's working really well for any event where we have late qualifying athletes or teams, which we deal with that a lot. I'm sure everyone on this call deals with that all the time. So the problem that we ran into that Sean was talking about earlier is we have an event that has a 3-week cutoff date, but no one qualifies for it until a week and a half before the event. And so now it's going to be a kind of an event by event basis on how we handle it. But for an event like that, we probably won't even set up courtesy blocks. We'll just do the mile radius or 3 miles or 5 miles, whatever the event organizer wants to do from whatever that venue is. And then we just say, here's the hotels. It's dependent on availability. These are the lowest rates that we can find for you. Have at it. So that's kind of the way that we're doing it with the hotels. And I love the flexibility that Playeasy has of it so we can really kind of dictate what we want to do with each different event and then switch it over after those cutoff dates happen. So that's kind of how we do the hotel side of it. So.
Awesome. And I know there's a question that came through. So if I'm a family looking to book a room for a specific event, how do I get the Playeasy website if I do not know about it? One of the coolest parts of about going through this beta testing and learning a lot from you guys has been the creative ways that you've gotten these event microsites in front of people. Could you talk a little bit about some of like the marketing that went into marketing your event page on Playeasy?
Yeah, sure. So we do kind of rely on the event organizer to an extent to promote this platform, but the good thing about it is it's super easy for them to do it. So when we book an event, one of the first things we do is we create a profile for that particular event. We put the hotel link on there. Um, for the Big Sky tournament, we have more specific local attractions and stuff because it was kind of self-contained to downtown, but we kind of have these reoccurring businesses that want to be promoted with every single event. And so it all just kind of lives in one place. So it's super easy for the event organizer to put that on their website. So I send them the link and then I send them the QR code that's attached to it too. And we just ask them to put it on the event website. And actually for our sponsored events, we have started writing into our agreements that it is required for them to, we say reasonably promote this event page. So whatever, that's kind of broad, but we started doing that. So we do ask for any event that we have any sponsorship towards that we want to make a page for this and we want to be able to promote our hotels and attractions through it. And we ask them to put the link and the QR code on the event website. For the Big Sky conference, we actually had a table inside the arena during the tournament. And we printed off a couple QR codes and had those up at the tables, and we had some people out at the tables, and we were pushing that QR code, and we can see it on the back end how many people scanned it, and we can see some promotion redemption. Then we can see that it worked, which is awesome, and it totally exceeded what my expectations were when we went into it. We kind of threw it together in the last couple weeks and it went really well. We've gotten really good feedback from the businesses that were a part of it. We have a water park and a kind of it's called Wahoo's, which is like a kid indoor thing where they have like go-karts and laser tag and stuff. And I met with them like a couple weeks ago. They were just looking for ways to get in front of sports tournaments and because they had discounts that they wanted to offer, they just didn't know how to do it. And so what we did is we put them on here and they get promoted with every single sporting event that we do now.
That's awesome. And I'll say too, just because that question came through. So you are able to track where all of that traction comes from, those event microsites directly from your Playeasy profile. So just wanted to add that in. But Lucas, I know I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to do a site visit with you a few weeks ago, and it was my first time to Boise. And the only real idea I had about Boise was the community that you have been promoting through the platform. So to see it in person was awesome. Could you talk a little bit about why that's important to you guys and how you've kind of gone about activating your community around the events that you're hosting?
Yeah, for sure. So, and again, the big thing that we wanted to do with this Big Sky tournament is we wanted to enhance the fan experience of the fans that are coming in for this tournament. And we hear all the time from people, what's there to do in Boise? What am I going to do when I'm here? And now we have given them a platform for things to do in our area. And we can sort of pick what we want to promote. So we have strategic partners that pay a membership to us every year. So all of those are no-brainers. We get those on there and we're able to get them some additional exposure. And the other thing we did is we partnered with the Chamber of Commerce on this. So the Chamber of Commerce sent out basically a mass email to all their members and said, hey, Visit Boise's doing this thing for this tournament. If you would like to be promoted as a member of the chamber, here's how you can sign up. And so that's how we kind of generated some of those promotions. And that's a great partnership that we have with our chamber. And that has gone over really every business that we've talked to is always looking for exposure, and especially with visitors with things to do in the area. We love that we can kind of put our downtown is about a mile in total radius. So the fact that we can do 1 mile from the venue in a venue that's literally in the middle of our downtown just works like absolutely perfect for that. So
That's awesome. Lucas, thank you so much for being here. I'm sure people got a lot out of that. And for anyone who hasn't been to Boise, I highly recommend. I was so impressed just by the overall experience and just the fun I was able to have on that day. So thank you, Lucas. We really appreciate it.